Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP. Today I'm going to show you something really special, one of my favourites. It is my chili basil beef. Beautiful. Let's get on with it. Okay, the first thing we've got is a nice piece of rib eye fillet. It's around about 400 grams worth. It is expensive. Put it in the freezer for around about an hour and a half to 2 hours, let it firm right up. You can then slice it up really thin like I've done into that bowl. I've also added in about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, a nice little squeeze of ginger paste, equivalent to around about, I'd say, a 1 centimetre piece of ginger that goes straight in, and I'm going to add in the equivalent to around about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic with the garlic paste. Squeeze that straight in. Now, it is basil beef after all, so I'm going to add in a little bit of basil paste. Don't worry, we're going to use some fresh stuff as well. I'm just going to squeeze that in like that. I'm also going to add in 2 capfuls of Zhaoxing wine, Chinese rice wine, straight in. A little bit of sugar, around about 1.5 teaspoons, just a little bit. We don't want it too sweet. We just want to give it a nice little caramelization when it cooks. Good little dash of white pepper, ground white pepper. Give that a good mix through, right? Just like I'm doing right there. Get all those flavors into that meat. Let that meat sit for around about half an hour to an hour and let it just absorb what we've just added in. Very, very simple. Okay, now I'm going to start making my sauce. So I've got a low sodium, a low salt chicken bouillon powder. I'm going to put that straight into a jug. I'm going to add in a couple of teaspoons worth of black vinegar, Chinese black vinegar, and a good couple of teaspoons, around about 2, maybe 3, of soy sauce. I'm then going to add in, just quite simply, the equivalent to around about 2 tablespoons worth of cornstarch, or corn flour as we say here in Australia. That goes straight in, very simple. And I'm going to add in some nice hot water straight into that. Now, what you need to be careful of is that you break down all that corn flour, get that all mixed up beautifully and really nice and smooth. We don't want those lumps, and this is going to form our sauce that is going to finish the meal off. A little bit of peanut oil straight into a nice hot wok, just like that. And what I've already done, and I haven't filmed on camera, I've got some onions that I've sliced up nice and thin. They go straight into our nice hot wok, and we're just going to basically cook those down until they start to go brown and they're just cooked. Right, I'll speed this one up for you. It's not going to take long. Add a little bit of Chinese rice wine while you're cooking these onions too. Sweetens them up and also quickens the cooking process up. Right, so just going to get that beautiful colour onto those onions like we're doing there. Remove those from the wok into another little bowl. Now, our wok is still nice and hot. What we need to do, a tiny bit more oil. And what we're doing is we're pre-cooking a couple of things before we finish this dish off. I've got some snow peas, I've got a nice big handful. I've topped, tailed and stringed those and cut those up into thirds. I'm just going to give these a little bit of a fry off. It's not going to take long, maybe a minute, just to get that, just get them cooking. Keep a little bit of crunch. Put those aside as well. So again, a little bit more peanut oil that goes straight in. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook our meat off in a couple of batches. Now, I'm not editing this particular one. I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to show you how quick it does take to cook this meat. Because we've cut it nice and thin, it's not going to take very long at all. And you can already see the colour of that marinade. You can start to see that meat also cooking off. It doesn't take very long at all. So just keep stirring it through, keep mixing it like I'm doing right there. And as I said, I'm doing this in real time. Instead of boring you with narration like that, you keep watching this while I cook, as I said, in real time. And look, if you haven't had chili basil beef before, you don't know what you're missing. It is a really nice, simple, clean flavour. Your friends will love it. You will love it. The kids, well, don't worry. At the end, I'm going to show you how to make a non-spicy version of this. Now, keep moving that meat around and make sure that it's not clumping together. Try and make sure we get all the meat into individual pieces if we possibly can. Doesn't matter if you don't, but it does make the meat a little bit quicker to cook. That is how long you cook that beef for. It takes no time at all. We're just going to remove that and we'll cook the other batch. Now, all our meat's cooked. We're going to add our onions back into the wok. We've turned the wok down a little bit. We don't need it too hot. We've got it sitting at a sort of medium heat at the moment. Just going to start heating these onions back through again. Doesn't take very long at all. And again, this is basically almost in real time. I've cut out around about 5 seconds out of this clip. Put those snow peas back in. Get a little bit of heat back into those. Again, we can start adding in some freshly shredded basil. That's right, fresh basil, and all I've done is torn those leaves up into little pieces. In goes our beef into the onion and snow pea mix. How easy is this? Very few ingredients apart from what you're making with the marinade and making with the sauce. The sauce goes straight in like that. As I said, we're still on medium heat. We're going to keep stirring that through. That will thicken up quite quickly. Right, I've just given that another point of heat, just a little bit more. And look at this. This is all in real time, folks. And as I said, it is a quick, easy meal. You just got to take a little bit of patience cutting that beef up. Freezing that beef will make it easier to slice really, really thin. And having it really thin like that, it does cook extremely quickly. We're going to add in a bit more of our freshly shredded basil leaves straight in. It is basil beef after all. Sorry, I'm used to making basil chicken. And I've also got a little bit sitting on the side for the very end of the meal, just for a garnish and a bit of an extra basil hit. Right, so just keep stirring that through. In the meantime, we've got some rice. We've already steamed that up. Now, this is how you just do a version for people that can't eat chili or don't like chili or are allergic or just don't like hot things. Serve that up, just a little bit of rice, just like that. How good does that look? Perfect for the kids. I've just dusted a few sesame seeds over the top. Now, this is the serious version. Again, we've got the rice. We've put our chili or our basil beef in. Now, it's time to spice things up. I've taken a red and a green chili, slice it up really, really thin, and I'm just going to pour that straight over the top. We'll sprinkle that straight over the top, just like that. How good does that look? And I'm going to finish that off with a few basil leaves. Anyway, there you go. There's my chili basil beef. I'd like to see you try and make this one at home. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence. Should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Don't forget to share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. Also, hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. But if you want that to work, and you want to learn how to make a really quick meal like this, well then you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I'm off to eat my chili basil beef and I will catch you next time.